The two-episode OVA, randomly titled Goddamn, doesn't give away much in terms of what it might be about. While it does somewhat touch on religion, that isn't the point or genre, although that moment happens to be of sociological interest. It features scenes of nature in between semi-comedic interactions of a mechanical sort. The weather is also of import, although doesn't really matter ultimately, as the protagonist is almost immune to disasters despite their constant occurrence. It has a similar atmosphere to Nasu, despite being set on a different continent and being about a car as opposed to bicycle racing, although they are more than a decade apart. It also derives some of its comedy from characters' conversations, and often hammers the point and uses as a repeated prop the potential dangers of, say, driving really fast up a mountain, which can mostly be funny confined to an animated medium. The environments here may be of more interest than either the comedy or sport, as in the limited time it doesn't quite establish consistency that others in the same genre, for example Slumdog that did around the same time, develop over tens of episodes. It is still, though, chilled out somehow despite the excesses that would normally and in real life easily turn the comedy into tragedy. Some may approach this from a technical perspective, but anime isn't usually a documentary, as if it was, characters wouldn't end up with only a few scratches, and so it seems it would detract from any potential interest if it was treated as such. In comparison to Nasu, it isn't quite as existential as the latter half of the cycling story turned out to be, but as usual, all have differing focus. This doesn't then have as much commentary as Nasu's first episode, which may be perceived as monotonous. Overall, it may be yet another atmospheric OVA animated in the 90s, as so many seem to have been, when studios were possibly not in the mood for much longer series as in earlier decades. But then, not even a few more episodes that became standard later on and in recent times. As such, it is a sort of pilot,